Hi, I'm Matt from Rideminded, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Sullivan Evade balance bikes. They come in these three really cool colors. They're easy to assemble with tool-free assembly. They're super light, super easy for kids to get riding, and they're a great way for kids to progress onto a pedal bike. The Evade balance bike has got a heap of really cool features. These include super soft grips, handlebar pad, these smooth rolling wheels with bearings to help kids roll along, super smooth. These EVA tyres that are really easy to ride on, and they don't feature tubes, which means you'll never have to pump them up and they'll never go flat. This super comfortable seat with its banana shape, this really cool feature that I like, which is this handle under the saddle, which can really help guide kids along as you ride. Grab a hold underneath and you can help push them along, control their speed, and help them maneuver as they learn to ride the balance bike. One of our favorite features on these balance bikes is the super easy to adjust height of both the saddle and the handlebar, which means you can adjust them to suit and adjust them as they grow. So it's as simple as undoing this quick release, and you can put the seat up as they grow, or if they're just starting off, you can put that seat nice and low. And the same applies for our handlebars. We can start at this really low position, or we can undo this clamp, raise them up, and increase the height as required. A really cool feature that I love about these bikes is the maintenance-free tyres. They don't contain tubes, they're a solid EVA tyre, which means that there's no pumping up and there's no way anyone can get a puncture with these. They'll be ready to roll whenever you want to go out the door. The Sullivan Evade balance bike comes in these three really cool colours. The first one, our rocket fuel colour, the pink and chrome, and we also have the blue and chrome. So, I'm going to take you through how to put together your new Sullivan Evade balance bike. Tool-free assembly, so you don't need any tools, and super easy. You just slide the parts together, close the clamps, and then you're ready to roll. All right, let's do it. So first, we're going to take out all our parts and put them on our table. So, first part of the process, let's take all the packaging off. Once we've removed all the packaging, make sure you remove the plastic end caps off our handlebar and off our fork. The next step is to assemble our lightweight front fork and rear wheel into the frame. First step, remove the quick release. Remove the top of our fork until you only have one spacer left on the bottom. Take the fork and the frame and simply slide it down into the bike. Next step is to take our headset and simply slide it down onto the fork, and then we have an assembled headset and fork together. To hold it all together, we're going to take our quick release and we're going to add it to the top here so that the slot at the rear of the fork lines up to the gap in our quick release. Just like that. The next step into the process is to install our lightweight alloy handlebars with grips pre-installed. So we're going to simply take our handlebar and slide it into the fork, and we'll slide that down, and you'll see there's a minimum insert line across here. You need to make sure that is below the line here. You should not see that line. So slide that down and line it up. The next step is to secure the front of the handlebars to the fork. So to do that, we're just going to use our quick release that we have here, tighten this nut until we get a nice firm closure on the quick release when we close it. So what we do is we basically turn this dial here and we close the quick release. This is too loose. Keep turning this dial here until we get a nice firm fit. We don't want to be too tight, but we just want to make sure it closes nice and firmly. And what that does is it creates a really nice hold between the fork and the handlebar to make sure we get these handlebars locked on nice and tight and ready to roll. To make sure once you've assembled it, just want to make sure that we've lined up our handlebars nice and straight to the front wheel. Take a look at how that's lined up, and the handlebars should be at 90 degrees to the front wheel. What that means is our handlebars are nice and straight, so our rider isn't going to go off to either side. The next step in the process of assembling our handlebar is to add our handlebar pad to go over our handlebars. So we just want to undo this nice simple Velcro section, grab out our nice soft foam pad that'll provide a bit of protection if our rider has a crash, clip that over the top, and that should sit over the top and sit around the handlebar nicely like that. We'll then get our pad cover and put it over the top like that. We'll wrap it around and we'll secure that Velcro. So that's our handlebar pad securely fitted onto the front of the handlebar. And that'll provide a level of protection if our young rider has a bit of a tumble. So once we've assembled this front end, we're actually able to adjust this quite easily for their height and their preferences. So what we can do with this quick release lever is we can undo the quick release and we can adjust that handlebar all the way down, or we can adjust it further up. If your rider is just fitting on the bike, the best bet is just to run it at its lowest setting so it's nice and low for the rider to have plenty of control. Double check it's all lined up and we'll close that quick release just firmly. We don't want to close it too tight, we just want a nice firm fit, and the handlebar with the handlebar pad is all ready to roll. On to the last part of the assembly, which is our seat. This is a nice lightweight seat with a really comfortable pad on it for our junior riders to get started on. And one of my favourite features of it is this handle on the back side. So assembly of our seat is really simple. We're going to take our seat, we're going to slide it in the post, and we're going to secure it with this quick release here. Just like the quick release we did on the handlebars, we're going to turn the dial in here until we get a nice firm fit of that clamp. So we're going to do that up so that is nice and firm. We just want to double check that the seat is on nice and straight. We don't want any movement in that seat once it's secured. You can double check just by grabbing it, giving it a bit of a wiggle. If it doesn't turn or slip, then you know it's on nice and firm. So there's plenty of size adjustment for your rider as well. So starting off, we recommend running the seat as low as possible, which will allow the smaller riders really easy access to get on top of this saddle and get a hold of the bike and start riding straight away. And as your rider gets older and taller, you can just undo this quick release, slide your seat up, close it back off, and they're ready to roll. And that completes the assembly of the Sullivan balance bike. Our nice lightweight bike is ready for little riders to get on and rip around the streets and have a lot of fun on. So always remember before they get out and ride, double check that the wheels are on tight, your clamps are done up tight, your seat is nice and firm, and your handlebars are nice and firm. Always do a safety check before every ride and make sure everything's nice and tight. Make sure your rider's ready to roll. Thanks for watching our video on the aluminium Sullivan balance bike. They're available in 3 colours on the Rideminded website. Check it out and get them out riding. My name's Matt from Rideminded. Thanks for watching this video and I'll catch you next time.